So how do you make sure that you strike the golf ball pure every single time with your irons? Well, you need to make sure that you're doing the same things that the best players in the world do, and that's exactly what we're going to help you with today. And I'm going to demonstrate for you what I call the banana drill. So the banana drill, I haven't lost my mind. This will all become hopefully a little bit more clear as we progress through this video. This is just a way I use to explain the downswing and its concepts, and it's really going to help you just hit the ball better and do lots of the things that the best players in the world do. Now this particular video will undoubtedly help you with your ball striking, but if you would like a little bit more help, I'd love you to head over to my website and check out the course I've got for you on there called Ultimate Ball Striking. It's a 4-part video series and it covers everything right through the bag: irons, woods, driver, drills, games, exercises, how to monitor your practice, everything that you need to improve your ball striking and take it to the next level. So I'll link a description, I'll leave a link in the description. I'll put one in the corner as well. The banana drill, what is it? How's it going to help you? Well, what do the best players in the world do? Well, they all hit the golf ball followed by the ground. They always hit the ground after the golf ball, and they do that by having the weight on the lead side, and they do it by having the handle forwards. It's not what we often see in the amateur game. You know, in the amateur game, we often see poor strikes. We often see ground early or bottom of the golf club or not any ground contact at all, and just inconsistency. And very often we get that inconsistency because we don't have enough weight on the lead side. We have it kind of stuck on that back leg, and we often have the handle back. And if that is you, this drill is going to be incredibly helpful to you. So what's the banana? Let's go through what I mean by that. I'm going to kind of demonstrate what we would tend to see from an elite golfer, someone who kind of strikes the ball exactly as we would want to. And for this reference, we're going to be tracking or tracing the midpoint of the grip, so kind of where my hands meet, so the middle of the handle, I guess. And watch what would happen if we traced that backswing and downswing. It would go back, such as this, and then it would come down to here. And what you can just see there is that shape, with any luck, to you, looks like a banana. The grip was much more towards the target on the way down than it was on the way back. That's what creates that banana shape. Now, if you watch your golf swing, if you've got any footage of your golf swing in slow motion, or if you can capture a video in slow motion, have a look at it from this face-on view. What you might see is you might see the grip and the handle moving back and down on a very, very similar shape. Now the kind of shape's the same, but we haven't got that banana. It hasn't got any kind of width to it, if that makes sense. That's why you're going to struggle with ball striking. That's why you'll be inconsistent. That's why you will hit the ground before the ball. That's why you will struggle to get that compression, that ball flight, that distance that the best players get. We need to have you creating a fatter banana in your downswing. How do you do that? Well, I'll tell you what they're not doing. They are not, from the top, pulling their arms in towards their body. In the downswing, they are continuing to keep some width, width being the hands to the body. They're keeping some width in here. But what they are doing in transition is they are making a big lateral shift towards the target. And it's that big lateral shift that causes the grip to be much closer to the target on the way down. What that in turn does, it means that my weight is on my lead side. That really helps us at impact. And it also encourages me to have the handle more forwards. If you can get the weight on your lead side, the handle forwards, and you can do that at the right point in your downswing, you will start to hit the ball better than you've ever hit it before. Trust me, you will hit the ball higher in the club face. All the best players do that. You will hit the ground after the ball, great for compression. You will have less loft on the golf club, great for distance. All of these things are going to happen if you can start to make this movement. That's the theory. How do you do it? How do you take it into your next practice session and into your next course round? Well, what we're going to do is you're going to think about turn to the right, drift to the left. That's how I want you to think about it. So in your backswing, I'm going to be turning to my right. And as I'm turning to my right, I want to feel like I'm drifting to my left. And they are happening at the same time. If you wait for your backswing to finish before you think about moving your weight, too late. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get to the top of the backswing, the arms are going to start down, and it's too late. The weight is stuck here. You haven't created that banana, and you aren't going to get that impact. What we need to have you feel is that by the time the left arm reaches around about level with the ground, so here, this is when you're going to start to drift to your left side. So very, very simple concept. In practice, you're going to turn to your right and you're going to drift to your left. That's what we need. When we look at the best players in the world, halfway into their downswing, so they're not even anywhere near impact yet, halfway into the downswing, they've already got the majority of their weight on their lead side. I would almost guarantee that that's not the case in your golf swing if you're watching this and you are that golfer who's struggling with strike. So let's go ahead and see if I can turn to the right, drift to the left, and create that big fat banana. Okay, hit the ground after the golf ball, strike was great, really nice powerful ball flight. In fact, that divot was super late. It was probably about 2 to 3 inches after where my golf ball was. I really got that low point target side of the ball, and that, if you want to strike the ball well, is a non-negotiable. You absolutely need to do that. Let me just quickly demonstrate for you what it might be like for you if you're the golfer who feels like you might fall into this category. This is going to be a poorer strike, and we won't see quite the same shape on that downswing. Super high ball flight, actually struck that one okay, but the ball was teed up, but it hasn't gone as far, and the ball flight was nowhere near what it would ideally need to be for that 6-iron. That second swing, you can see a big difference there in the shapes and that banana shape. That is the golfer who's going to be far more inconsistent. Move towards that first golfer by turning to the right, drifting to the left, and you will unlock some better strikes and some better golf. So, slightly different one, the fat banana drill. If you can create a big fat banana in your golf swing, you will develop a much better strike. It'll be more consistent, it'll be more fun. When your friends ask you what you're doing, you can tell them you're making a big fat banana on the golf course. Hopefully that helps. Slightly different way of thinking about it, but hopefully we'll unlock some better golf for you, some lower scores, and generally that means it's going to be more fun when you do get to play. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your comments, and would love to see you back here again for a future video. Thanks for watching.